Hey guys, and welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to continue our journey on the regenerative farming and talk about some cover crops and rotational grazing. And I got some questions that I'm hoping you guys can help me out with on how to do this. Stay tuned. I always said if you want to raise animals, you have to learn how to grow grass. And I always did a pretty good job of it, but it was all chemicals and cost a lot of money. So growing grass is one thing, but I think growing grass the right way is something completely different. And that's what we're working on. This past fall, I grow corn in this area. This is the winter lot for the cattle. And we just got a bunch of rain, so it's muddy up here. But I grow corn in this in the summertime. The pigs are having a fit. Anyway, I grow corn in this in the summertime. I don't have to worry about tilling and all that. Plus, there's a lot of nutrients from the cows being here most of the winter. But I did put this fence up, and I did a cover crop on this side. And I know somebody's going to say something about my cover crop doesn't look too well, but that's because these guys, a nice byproduct of having it out is that the majority of their food this winter has came from right there. So this is wheat and this is rye, and it stayed green most of the year. My thought is, after I harvest the corn, I'm probably going to plant this back in wheat, and by the time the cows get on it, hopefully they got some more food to eat there. Wheat seed's cheap. So another thing I wanted to do while we were out here was see what this soil looks like underneath. It's got good, it's nice and loose. I have no idea what that is. It's nice and loose, it's not compacted. Good roots in there. Even down deep, it still looks good. I don't see any signs of worms in it. Of course, as much rain as we had, they probably all headed for higher ground, and I don't blame them. So I dug another spot, and it's still good. It's not quite as good as what that other one was. And again, I don't see any signs of worms. But you can see the roots down in there, which it's supposed to break the soil up, I guess. I don't know. I'm new to this. Maybe you guys can leave in the comments and tell me what you know about it. It'll help me out a lot. So I have two areas that the cows come out into, and this side of the driveway and the other side of the driveway over there. And I want to be able to break this up and try to move them daily. My problem is water mainly. I have to figure out a water source, but I think I got an idea. Up there on the other side of the cows, that's a dam up here, and there's a pipe that comes through the dam, and the water comes out right down here for them in the wintertime to drink, and then it's fenced off so they can't get on this side. So we have a ditch, we'll call it, that runs down through here. I can get them water by leaving that on and letting it run down through here. I may dam it up a little bit in a spot to where the water pools. But what I'm thinking is we take this area and I just split it. So put some T-post in, run some high tensile up through here to where it's on one side in places, on the other side in places. And then when they're on this side, they'll have access to water running through here. I can take and move them down through here. I think I can section, there's enough here to do 3 different ones where they always have access to the ditch down here and get the water. Back here's going to be a little trickier. I guess if you guys have any idea on the best way to do this, please put it in the comments, let me know. Even if you've never done it before and you're like, hey, this seems like a good idea. I don't care if you're a farmer or not. Any ideas are welcome, so please leave a comment. So this is one of the spots through here in this field where I spread compost this fall. And look how much the grass has already grown. It's March 4th. I got about 6 weeks before I let the cattle out. We'll compare this to a place where I didn't spread compost, but it's amazing how much better it is where I did. So here's a spot that didn't get compost. Hardly any growth there. Some of it's turning green, but it hasn't grown near as well. Of course, again, it's only March 4th, so it's still early. Here's even a better example of field that got compost. Sorry about the train in the background. Another good example of where the chickens were and where they were not. Were or not. They were. Another thing I'm looking into is spreading seed out in front of the cattle and letting them trample it in the ground. I don't have a drill. I can't afford one right now. There's any of those companies out there that make drills and they want to sponsor me, you can send one my way, I'll take it. But you know, get the legumes in the ground and the nitrogen fixing plants. That's another project we're gonna do and experiment with and see how that helps too. As you can tell, the process of doing regenerative farming is actually working. Long term, we're still gonna wait and see. I know I'm going to put up temporary fencing, the poly wire and temporary post, and move the cows along, but I'm not 100% sure how to do it yet. We'll figure it out. Comments, please, if anybody's got any good ideas or you've done it before and things you see and things that work and things that don't, I would like to know. It's all an experiment for me right now, but we're heading in the right direction, I think. The cover crop, I like it. The soil seems like it's holding water. It's not compacted. It's got a good color to it. It's not all clay. There's good topsoil there. So I'm happy with that. I think that's something I'm gonna continue to do and just monitor it as we go. And again, if anybody knows about cover crops, I'm limited on my knowledge. I'm just figuring this stuff out and watching YouTube videos and reading as much as I can. So any comments and advice is very, very welcomed. That's about all I got for you guys today. Just a quick video. Just wanted to update you on how we're doing with the regenerative farming and where we're at and what projects are in the pipeline. I've got about 6 weeks before the cows are turned on pasture, so I need to get that fence done within that time. No big deal. I don't think it's going to be that difficult to do. I may have to clear some brush out of the way down in that little ditch, but once I get that done, it should go up pretty quick, pretty easy. Well, I appreciate you watching today. Like and subscribe for me. I'm John with Ryan Family Farm. I'll see you next time.